Hello there again. I'm Nathan, and today I want to talk about the devil and where he lives. But before I get to that, I just want to recap my earlier videos. The first one was over Israel being refounded in 47 and how this was pretty much the first prophetic event that has happened for 2,000 years. Okay, and then on top of that, Israel being refounded also allows all the rest of the prophecies in the latter days to take place. And that's kind of a huge deal on the prophetic timetable. And nobody in church ever seems to bring this up or talk about it that I've ever seen. And then my next video was the parable of the 10 virgins, where Jesus is the bridegroom. The 10 virgins are the church. He's running late. We all fall asleep. And then when he gets there, 5 of us aren't prepared and have to run off, and the other 5 get to go in with him. And then when the other 5 show back up, because they had to go buy oil, he leaves them out in the cold. So again, interesting metaphor for the church. Half of us aren't ready for his return. Please go and get your oil filled, and you can watch that video to learn how to do that. Okay, so let's move on to the devil, or as other people call him, Satan or Lucifer. He has lots of names. So whenever I was growing up, I'd always see stuff in the TV and the movies where it showed the devil in hell, and then he would occasionally maybe come to earth to grab somebody who he particularly disliked to drag them back to hell and torture them. And as it turns out, that couldn't be further from the actual truth if you actually read what's in the Bible. So the first time I realized this was when I was reading Job. And so in Job 1:6, one day the angels came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. The Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it." And the second time in Job that he comes up, he says the exact same thing. He comes from roaming the earth, going back and forth on it. So this is basically where it talks about Satan was thrown down from heaven and was thrown down to the earth where we are. He roams around on it, and he can influence those who are, not leading the greatest lives. And he's looking to wreak havoc with humanity. So that was kind of a big deal to realize that. Oh, he's not in hell? No, that's where he's going. That's his prison that he's eventually going to end up in. He lives here on earth with us. Now, let's do another reading here. All right, so this is from Jude 1:9. But even the archangel Michael, when he was disputing with the devil about the body of Moses, did not himself dare to condemn him for slander, but said, "The Lord rebuke you." So Jude just throws this sentence out. And he does this because back then in the synagogues, one of the things they taught was that when Moses died, the devil came and tried to take his body. And the archangel Michael refused him and said, "You can't take the body." And the devil said, "Well, he's a murderer and killed the Egyptian. He's mine." And Michael says, "The Lord rebuke you." So this is just thrown out by Jude with no context, but that's what he's talking about. So again, the devil's trying to steal Moses' body to do something nefarious to lead the Israeli people away from God when they enter the Holy Land. And the body is then gone and is hidden from him, so he can't do that. All right, so let's do another reading. This one is the most eye-opening one. This is from Luke 4:3. The devil said to him, "If you are the Son of God, command the stone to become bread." And Jesus answered him, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone." And the devil took him and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time, and said to him, "To you I will give all this authority and their glory, for it has been delivered to me, and I give it to whomever I will. and worship me, it will all be yours. And Jesus refuses him again. I mean, think about that. The devil says to him, I will give you all of the world and all the kingdoms in it and all their treasure and wealth, for it has been given to me, and I give it to whom I will. The devil is in charge of earth. This is his kingdom. God's kingdom is in heaven. The earth's kingdom is on earth. We are stuck here in the devil's kingdom. And that is one of the things that was shocking to me. And we can refuse him and live good Christian lives and everything. But if you ever wonder why the world has so much evil in it, that's your answer. If anyone ever comes to you, like people come to me and say, why do bad things happen if God is so loving? It is because we live in the kingdom of Satan here on this planet. And man has free will to do whatever he wants to other men and women. And because we have free will, we're not micromanaged by God. We get to act and make our own choices. And the devil is influencing those choices of a lot of people, which is why we get terrible things like what happened in communist China and communist Russia with millions of people in the last century being killed. That's why we get the Holocaust. That's why we get all the people dead in World War II and World War I. This is his world, and these are his influences. So, again, if anyone ever asks you, why does a loving God let bad things happen? It is because in this world, we are subject to the kingdom of Satan. And that's not something they really teach in church, but that's a truth in the Bible, really. And we're subject to, our natural realm. We don't live on this planet forever. We have finite, short lives, and we have free will to do as we want to here, to be good or bad, to follow the teachings or not to follow the teachings. So, if anyone ever asks you, why does God let bad things happen to good people, you can tell them, when we go to heaven, God doesn't let bad things happen, and he wipes away every tear. But here on earth, we are subject to the kingdom of the devil, and that is why bad things can happen. He lives with us here on this planet, and until we until he's imprisoned, we have to contend against him. And we have to fight against, as they say in the Bible, against not man, but princes and principalities. So his evil influence, we as the church have to fight against by doing what we need to do to be good Christians. So I hope this was enlightening for you. Please click the subscribe button and little bell icon if you want to be notified. And feel free to share this with someone who you think might learn something from it. So we'll bring you more videos soon enough, and may God bless you and keep you.